What's up guys, how you all doing? And it's Tuesday today and I am obviously back with a new video immediately after the Apple keynote has just finished. It looks a bit fuzzy on here, I think, for some reason. Anyway, whatever. It won't be soon because we're going to have a new FaceTime camera and that's going to be definitely much better for the vlogs. But anyway, I'm going to quickly kind of go through some of the points that I picked up on and things that interest me with the iPhone 6, 6 Plus and Apple Watch launch. Let's start off with the iPhone 6. Now iOS 8, we already know all about that, so we don't need to talk about that. There's some cool features in there. For me, the best things are the way it links up with the Mac. That's me personally. There's some other cool stuff as well, but you know, with iOS, it's just these tiny little movements. I also like the idea of new keyboards as well. Now, on the phone itself, new processor, A8 processor, twice as fast basically, I think it was, as the last one or something like that. 2 billion transistors instead of 1 billion, something like that. So yeah, it's going to be faster again, great. The iPhone 5S is still very fast, to be perfectly honest with you, so not particularly interested in that. New M8 processor, never really used the M7 processor, or co-processor, sorry, so not really interested in that. The main thing is bigger screen. There's two. 4.7 inches and 5.5 inches. Now, when Dom came over from the States, he bought the two dummy units with him, and the 5.5 inch one is huge. The 4.7 one is big, but the 5.5 one is huge. Now, there were some features on there to make it easier for one-handed use, this kind of stuff. But this is really the biggest question for me, is what one will I end up going with full time? The 6 Plus has a couple of benefits. It's got optical image stabilisation on the camera, and it's also got a bigger battery and a higher resolution, I believe, as well on the screen. Like I say, the intriguing thing for me will be, I'll get both, but what one will I end up actually using full time? I'm not sure. When I held that 5.5 inch one in the phone, in the hand, it just felt far too big for me. I've got really small hands and it just felt far too big. As much as I would love to have those extra sort of couple of features, I'm not sure if I'll be able to use it. But there's no point waffling on about it until I actually get it in my hand. So that's kind of the big thing, really, is the bigger screen. The camera apparently is better, still 8 megapixels, bigger pixels on the sensor themselves, better sensor, it's going to have better low light, all the usual kind of stuff. The redesign, when I held the dummies that Dom brought over, I thought it was absolutely horrible, but they are cheap Chinese fakes. We'll have to see how the real thing feels in your hand when you actually kind of get to use it. So that's really, with the iPhone 6 and 6 Plus, all there really is to it. Apple Pay. Now that is excellent. People saying, oh, Google Wallet did that. No, it didn't. No one takes Google Wallet. No one uses it. It's shit. It's a flop. So the fact that Apple have brought out Apple Pay, that everyone will automatically just start putting into their shop almost straight away, means that we've actually got a solution that we'll be able to use for loads of different stuff, and not just like small payments and that kind of thing. Everyone will buy into it because it's Apple, and we'll be able to use it absolutely everywhere. They've already got McDonald's and a whole bunch of other things. The only downside to it is that it's probably going to take forever to get to Europe, so we'll have to kind of hope that they've got a little bit of motivation to get that over into Europe as soon as possible. But yeah, love that, and love the fact that you can use iWatch, no, not iWatch, Apple Watch, with Apple Pay as well. Love that. Apple Watch, which is going to take me a long time to start calling it that instead of iWatch, and I think Apple Watch is a shit name as well. I think it's a really, really shit name. iWatch is so much better. Apple Watch, iWatch, Apple Watch, iWatch. I think iWatch is way, way, way better. Very predictable, I know, but who cares? Everything's everything, and I think it works. Why they haven't done that is probably down to some kind of copyright or something like that. I'd imagine maybe one country has not allowed them to have it because some tiny little place has got it. I don't know. However it worked out, I hate the name. Hate it. They could have come up with something better. The watch itself, very difficult to kind of have an opinion on based upon watching someone use it on screen. It's really one of those things that you need to get your hands on. But overall, yeah, I think it looks great. I love the fact that they've gone for the high end and not just some shitty lump of plastic. You know, a watch is about having something you know, that oozes a little bit of quality and class on your wrist. You don't want to walk around with some piece of plastic on your wrist. And I think the fact that they've gone for that higher end, as it was pretty obvious they were going to, is great. I love the fact they've got a sapphire and 18 karat gold one. That sounds awesome. Downside to that, there's going to be a new one out every year, so you're going to end up throwing away a fairly expensive piece of jewellery or selling it on, or however it works out. The functionality, the digital crown thing, again, I don't really know until we start using it. A couple of features I love: walkie-talkie, fantastic, and remote viewing of your iPhone camera, fantastic as well. Huge negative right across the board. The iWatch will probably last for about 8 minutes on battery life, and they haven't improved the battery life on the iPhone. It's the same or slightly better than the iPhone 5S, but they've made it thinner. When the fuck are Apple going to buy into the fact we don't give a fuck about how thin the phone is, we give a fuck about battery life? Keep the phone the same fucking size and increase the fucking battery. Please, dear God. They should do a 6 Plus Plus that's double the size with a bigger battery. Anyway, I know I swore a lot then. I apologise for anyone who it offends. No, I don't actually. Fuck that. Swearing is just one of those things that happens in life. But I wish they would have made the battery better. Apart from that, it was pretty cool. The presentation went ridiculously smoothly. The live stream was an absolute pile of shit, which is very, very disappointing indeed. And that's it from me. Have yourselves a great evening. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments, and I'll see you tomorrow. Peace.